Hello. Welcome to episode 30, Big Things. You have just exited the small tunnel created by the beast that you saw previously, and you have two options. Looking down to your left, you hear the hammer still ting, ting. From the stone to your right, you hear sort of echoing down the hall.
Vivian, do you want to peek your head around again?
Let me just summon my Raven familiar that I forgot I had last session. I'm sorry, everyone.
That's fine. You didn't summon it. It's still on your shoulder.
Sure.
As is Hithgoal, who
Hithgoal is
I
also
forgot
still
about. So.
my shoulder.
Hithgoal is still there,
Okay.
freaking out.
I just want to bring up my hand and just kind of try and like awkwardly pet his electric form.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hurts a
okay.
bit, but it does seem
I'm gonna cry.
grasp onto your head.
Okay. And I want to reach over to my Raven. I just want to like nuzzle it a little bit and send it off to the right, towards the gurgling sound.
Okay. All right. So you fly further down the diagonal left path, past the narrow tunnel that you stand within right now. The hall gets progressively wider, and you begin to see the same marks upon the walls and the floor as you did in the narrow passage that you still stand within. You see strange gouge marks from what appear to be teeth, along with lips and divots like ripples in the stone. The hall gets progressively wider and then stops at around 60 feet wide and about 20 feet tall. No other markings can be seen. Eventually you come to a wall bisecting the path and splitting it. The wall has no decoration upon it, just the teeth marks that exist on all the stone around you. And at this point, you notice as well that everything is rounded. The corners of the walls, as they connect to the ceiling, sloped, not angular. This is very much unlike what you've seen thus far. You walk around, you fly around the wall, seeing now a more formal space. A pitch black hall that looks very much similar to the temples you saw above this place. You see pillars on either side of a wide pathway at the center, and a ceiling at least 60 feet tall held aloft by said pillars. You hear a loud but low gurgling noise coming from the end of the hall, somewhere within the darkness, along with a squishing sound, like something like that.
Oh, something like that.
It's odd. Were you able to see what is it? Does the Raven have dark vision?
No.
Yikes.
They don't? Okay, so you're unable to see anything as you fly. And with a perception check of 4.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, then I'll just summon it. I'll just summon it back.
So you snap it back.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
It's a formal hall. There's a sound at the far end. It's horrific, but my Raven doesn't have dark vision, so I couldn't really make out exactly what it was.
Well, all right. You want to make a way down, see if you can see what's going on?
I will say, I'm not in the best of shape right now. I don't know how much help I could be.
It's getting
I don't
late
know.
Anyway, we could just rest for the night. There is a sound coming from that room.
Is it similar to the one we just heard in the last room?
It's like a low, squelching, gurgling sound.
I mean,
That
that's
could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. Every place that we've gone has had a new shape that these creatures come in, so I wouldn't rule it out just because it doesn't sound like a weird spider thing.
right. I understand. Yeah, I mean, look, we could attempt to rest. I don't much appreciate losing time, losing progress. There were the other 2 hallways upstairs that we did not check.
I've been thinking the same thing, that it might be worth investigating that after arrest.
There was that one wait after arrest. Not right now.
No.
We could come to the same problem there, and then it's just a waste of time, right?
I feel like it's a waste of time. Just all right.
I would be willing to back you up if you go in first. I'm just telling you that I probably won't be able to help you all too much.
Let's not jeopardize ourselves anymore.
That's
I feel like democratically I'm even outnumbered here. If I tried to push to continue searching, so what do you want to
I
rest?
don't think I've voted, but yeah.
What do you want to rest?
We can rest in the same place we took our short rest, right outside of this dungeon. At the stairs.
Right.
Definitely up,
Yes.
Oh,
where that thing can't throw that hammer.
right. Speaking of that thing, after arrest, do we want to just avoid it altogether?
I don't have any reason to kill it.
Unless for some reason it's holding a key. I don't think there's any reason to involve ourselves with that thing anymore than we need to.
It's probably. I wonder how many tortured souls are in it.
A lot.
They're fucking everywhere. It's everything is monstrous. You know, Vivian, you talk a lot about whatever moral calculus will send you to whatever torturous place. I don't think these people deserved where they are now. I don't think most people deserve the things that they get. I don't think there's a divine justice hanging over us. Not anymore, at least.
Which way are you guys going? Are you guys going past the room, or are you guys going back into the tunnel?
Back into his
Back-
tunnel?
No, no.
No.
It's
Yeah,
So,
the
so you guys
tunnel
were
he
in the
created.
tunnel that he created, or
Mhm.
they. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Ah.
have any genitalia.
In the middle part between the 2 hallways.
Yeah, his makeshift tunnel, their makeshift tunnel, or the tunnel that they are currently in a room off to the side.
I think that's obvious.
Yeah.
So you guys are going
Away from
not.
The makeshift tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys sneak back, eventually make your way to the circular room with the sloped floor leading to the grate. Towards the back of it, enter into the small hall and make your way slowly up the busted stone stairs. Walk out.
I'm busted.
You walk out into the decrepit office-like space and see the hall down back into the main rotunda area.
This is as good a place as any.
It'll work, yeah.
Sure.
And I'm gonna sit down.
Right.
I'm gonna take out my spell book. I'm gonna start ritual casting Layman's Time Hunt.
I'm gonna lean up against a wall.
Okay, so you take 10 minutes. You cast Lehman's Stunning Head.
So the rest of the temple after this?
I mean, right, it's just about if you want to finish exploring down or go back up and look at the hallways.
At this point, I'm thinking that if there was some mechanism or key to get in there, we explored many of the possibilities. There's just that one area down there, and honestly, I don't want to be near that creature unless we have to be. There might be a key or some form of entrance up here.
I feel like we can't leave no stone unturned.
Sure, but we could. I don't want to go down there again. You said that you saw it. We can go down there, go down that final hallway if we really want to be near that thing again, and leave no stone unturned or what have you, but the room that it's in is also a stone unturned, so to speak. We could take on whatever might be up here, hoping that it's not as awful as that thing. And if we're wrong, we're wrong.
I have a greater inclination that one hallway left unchecked by us is a dead end, which makes then going upstairs all the more logical.
You think?
Yeah, I think we should go down first.
Okay.
We know that Hector's been that way. It's still our best lead.
Yes, but we don't know if he went one way first, retrieved something, did something, and then went down there. But yes, we can clear out the area, so to speak, of any possibility before we move on. It's better now that we know exactly what we're dealing with anyway.
Fair enough.
Yes. We have to duck. If that thing sees us again.
Yes.
My neck hurts so bad.
As you guys go to bed,
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
you sleep within your. Is anyone making watches?
Not me.
Because the bubble only lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah, but you only sleep for 4. So
Well,
are
I'll
you
make a
making
watch after,
Okay.
for sure.
So 4 hours passes within the bubble. You hear nothing, just dripping. The bubble dissipates as both of you wake up, but it's not even the next day.
It's still early in the.
It's like
It's still
barely
late
the
at night.
next
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
it's midnight.
It's midnight,
you know,
yeah.
you know. So it is the next day, technically. It's early,
Oh,
March 30th.
Okay.
Yikes, dude. Spend my entire life down here.
Right. So we head back down.
I'm following you all.
Vivian, how you feeling?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Back to full capacity.
Mm.
Feeling confident?
Confident is certainly one thing that we could say.
In any case, we good to go?
Yes.
Right. I'll lead.
Leading Vivian, you back, or is Vivian back? What's the marching order here?
I'll be in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys walk down, back
I'll
through.
guide you to a certain extent of just
Right,
making
you should
sure
be in
you
front of
don't-
me, actually.
Okay, I'll be in front, but I'll be guiding you.
Okay,
Fiend.
sounds good. So you guys walk back down the spiral stairs. At this
Mhm.
point, you've been up and down 3 times. You know, so you feel the slope in one of the stairs, and you know not to step on it. As you guys walk into the sloped circular area, you see the creature
What?
standing over the grate, holding the hammer in his hand. And you watch as the creature begins to scrape the hammer and go down the diagonal right wall.
The diagonal, right?
You just see the hammer trailing behind as he has to hunch over in these 8-foot ceiling, in this 8-foot ceiling area, using the meaty, like, hand claw to scrape down on the floor, hammer trailing behind. Eventually, as you guys watch, the hammer dissipates and he crouches more down the diagonal right hall. You guys go back down the diagonal left hall, eventually making your way to the room that you heard the creature banging on stone. Looking in, you see creature's still there.
Oh, shit.
Are there two?
Seven. Well,
That was.
let's
I'm
sneak out.
assuming you're whispering.
Yeah.
So are you guys going further down the hallway?
Yes.
Yeah. Just
No. What the fuck?
holy shit.
What's wrong with you? Why would you do that to that big room?
So you're going past. Okay, sounds
Wait.
good.
Past
I'll
the- past
no.
what?
Well, hold on.
You're
Hold
going
on.
to the bisecting wall before the
Yeah,
temple?
yeah. So I'm leading. So we go up to the bisecting wall, right?
So you are walking through the divots
Hmm.
like stone worn down by time, but you see the grooves like scooping the stone, creating waves. But eventually, yeah, you get to the bisecting wall once more.
Okay. So then there's two paths. So then there's two paths.
Yeah, but it's just bisecting the same path. Yeah, they all
Makes
all
sense.
converge.
Makes sense. All right. I'll lead us down the left side then.
Put my hand on my sword.
All right.
I want to creep until like something gets within my line of dark vision, 60 feet. So
Okay. You walk around the wall, just as you saw in the raven's eyes, but not really. Seeing now the more formal space once more, a pitch black hall that looks similar to the temples you saw above. You see pillars on either side of the pathway, with a wide pathway at the center and a ceiling at least 60 feet tall. You hear the loud gurgling noise at the end. You're unable to see deep enough into the dark to tell what this is at this point.
okay.
The stone upon the pillars looks not upon like trees within the dam of a beaver, if the beaver was equipped with a circular mouth filled with shark teeth. The space, as you walk into it, is strange. It looks almost like a copy of the Aarolendei architecture you've known, as if this was an alternate reality. It makes you feel a bit strange as you continue forward. The gurgling noise continues as you push forward into the strange temple-like space. But as you push forward, you look through the pillars on either side of you, seeing figures that you originally thought were large statues. You see now multiple of the massive creatures you briefly fought, hammers set beside them upon the wall, and their bodies slumped over in the shadows just beyond a thin row of pillars on either side of you. See about 5 or 6 on
Oh
either
my
side.
fucking gosh.
But they're not moving.
Do they look dormant?
I don't know, are you a master at this anatomy?
Oh my
Do
The
they
other
look
one-
dormant?
Do they look like they're breathing?
You didn't
Well, I can't
see
see
any
it.
of them breathe anyway. None of these
Oh.
creatures you saw breathe.
Okay, but they have a maw in their stomach. Does it look like
Does
their
it
body
glisten?
is flexing?
Make a perception
in
check.
it? Okay.
I would
Unless you
also
want
like
to get
to
close
do
and
that.
investigate.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
You're
that is
not
a-
able to do it.
That is a.
I can't
You're
even
blind
see
as
it. Not
fuck.
even
Blind as
disadvantage?
fuck.
You don't see it. It's
Okay.
pitch black. I'll let you do it at disadvantage, though.
I don't see it either. I rolled a natural 1.
You see them. You just don't see anything that's
Yeah,
specific.
sure.
7?
7.
Yikes,
Can't
y'all.
tell.
Yikes.
We are sneaky, but we
Okay,
cannot
is
see
that the entire room?
No. You're not down the hall.
We're
I
just
don't even know what's being the gurgling sound.
You still hear.
Horrific. This is horrific.
okay. I can't see the end of the hall.
Not yet.
Okay.
There weren't two yesterday.
I
Vivian with a natural 1 can't either.
with the vision of or 120 feet.
With a natural 1 perception
With a
check?
natural 1 perception.
Okay. all right.
I just saw the dudes and I'm immobilized
All right.
by fear.
I'll tug them and we'll keep walking.
While you're not moving, you hear. Coming from behind you. And you switch back and see.
No.
terrible time to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so.
Make one more stealth check for me, you guys.
There's like umpteen and 14.
13?
14.
14?
That's a good average. That's a high average. It's a 16, a 14, and a 24.
24.
That's bananas.
It rolled pretty low on perception as it goes behind the pillar, puts down the hammer, and
Wow, these are all alive.
slow tap.
These are all alive. I'm not saying this out loud. This is Dina.
You hear something. It's odd. From the area, you hear and travel down the hall.
Okay.
From the being that just slumped down, and then the sound travels down the hall to where you're heading.
Past us.
Down the hall to where we're heading.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, you guys going forward then? Okay, pushing forward. This time with a lingering sense of dread wetting the backs of your neck and a pit gathering within your stomach.
About to run.
You progress until Vivian sees
No.
something in the distance. The space opens up slightly, and you see rectangular holes dug into the ground. 2 rows on either side, divided by the same rows of pillars, though further from you, as the room has gotten decently wider. Beyond these rectangular holes in the stone, you see a short stair that wraps around a small raised area. You look up the stairs and see a mass of flesh and fat spilling from a large stone coffin of sorts. The mass is huge, sacks of it spilling down the stairs and twitching almost independently from the rest. Getting closer, you see its skin is a pale light blue, its veins seen quite clearly as the skin looks stretched and about to pop, revealing writhing tumors and clumps of fat within. As your vision adjusts, you look further up, seeing the torso of the creature. A deformed and mutated humanoid figure rides on top the mass of flesh, also consumed in tumors and fat. You see its back and 2 arms on either side gently rocking back and forth upon the mass, and a crown split and dug into its head. The crown reminiscent of a tangled web of birds' nests embedded within its misshapen and relatively tiny head.
This is a fucking matron
Matron
mother!
You see tiny wisps of platinum hair streaming off the head of the monstrosity,
The one we saw at the beginning of the statue.
and as it turns, you see what was once a face, consumed by excess skin. A long and slit-like maw has grown upon the many chins of the creature, drooling thick slime and rimmed not with canines or shark's teeth, but with humanoid molars
Disgusting.
that appear cracked and number in the hundreds. As you look at it and move around, you also notice a strange puckered opening at what you'd assume is the back of the monster. It looks similar to that of a spider's spinneret or an ant queen's birthing canal. And though it looks deflated and dried out, you see bits of those 8-legged creatures falling out of it. Some limbs, a head, and a few bones look scattered upon the space. Dried liquid looks to have caked into the steps. You have found where they all came from. You just hear,
I don't see this though.
no, but you hear it very close.
I just
and
put
a
my arm
sloshing.
and I just squeeze.
Is it just the matron in the area?
Make a perception check.
May I also please? God, it's just a crusty birthing canal.
fuck.
Okay. I rolled a bad perception check too. 10.
10.
Okay.
Fuck
You
my
both see
dick.
in the rectangular holes on either
Uh-huh.
side of you what appear to be bones. This looks like a very haphazardly put together tomb. These are all open. You see no verdant willows in sight, but the layout of it all, with the tombs leading up to the raised area with the matron mother.
Oh man. Oh man. I don't know what to do. I want to kill it, but I think it's too powerful.
Whatever it is, it's collecting souls.
Created all of these. I'll guide you. We're gonna turn around and scooch.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave it here.
I'll just whisper. No.
Okay. You guys heading back?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys leave the area. Make another stealth check.
Dicks and balls and dicks and balls and dicks and balls and dicks and balls.
It's a natty 20.
Good.
What's that total?
29.
15.
10.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Thank God.
But the natural 20. With the 29.
So it's 29,
Don't make me take the average.
10,
15.
15. Okay, so it's 29. So that's
54.
44, and then so 54. So it's
divided by
54.
3. It's an 18. That is an 18. That is an 18. Oh.
Ooh, look at that 19 perception check.
Yay.
Well, I find that to be a really big dick move.
Well, that wasn't from the creature behind you, though. Luckily.
Mm-mm.
As you scoot forward,
Mm-hmm.
you do notice on either side of you the
Mhm.
creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Slump back. All right. So you guys leave.
Yeah.
So you eventually make your way out of this tomb
Mm-hmm.
and out into the hall. You see the stray marks from the new hammer that came through along the path.
We still hear the other one, though, right?
Echoing down the hall.
I should try and get out.
I don't know.
What is she doing?
Let's go upstairs and talk about it.
Those creatures aren't intelligent, but
She is.
it might be.
Right.
And it was attracted to
Wait.
telepathy.
You think it's controlling?
Yes.
Yes.
When that
Or at least it's sharing some of its own power to animate the other ones.
when that creature, one of the hammer creatures, went, I don't know, inanimate. I heard it's something traveled her.
She's the
Or
one
it.
where all those. And when you said the spider creatures, you're talking about like the humanoid ones that were chasing us through the city, right? Or the little, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They all came from her.
Right. Looks like she's the birthing point. Look, let's get upstairs. We can talk about this extensively.
You guys want to head upstairs?
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go back upstairs. At this point, it's about 1 a.m.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
But you do make your way safely back to the upper floor in the destroyed and charred office area, looking down the hall back to the rotunda.
We could set up the jars of gunpowder I have and attempt to blow it up, but I fear that she would order those things to come defending her if we got such as a lick too close.
My instinct is to try and kill her, but she's a matron mother. Or at
That's-
least whatever the horrific evolution of a matron mother is in this place.
I mean, that's my inclination
I don't know
too.
how powerful she would be,
Yeah.
and the other Hector has come here twice now, and she's still operating.
then whatever Hector's here for must not have anything to do with her.
It does.
She's probably so
But if it's-
powerful, though.
Okay, but hold on. If it's been here for however many hundreds of years, I mean, it'll still be here. If at any point we feel like we need to do something about that, we can come back and we're better equipped to handle the situation. I understand there's sort of a natural sense of urgency. I have the very same, but it's foolish to try and do something about it right now. Look, my inclination appeared to be correct. That was a dead end, at least for our goals currently, in finding Hector. So we should just make our way upstairs, look at the halls. If we find nothing, we're gonna have to figure out how to open that one stone wall down there, but that's hopefully a long time coming.
I just have an image of polymorphing her and throwing her off of the pillar. Wouldn't work, but it would be satisfying. At the same time, if you think about it, if we were able to kill her, if we were able to, then who knows what else might not be able to function without her around. If you heard souls be sent to and from her, who knows what else might be controlled by her.
Then that means, sure, you think she's controlling all of them?
I don't think that I don't know if she's in control herself, but it's her power that sustains them.
That means if you wanted to kill her, you'd have to do it in one shot. We'd have one shot.
Have you heard that sound at all? With any of the other creatures? Do you think maybe
No.
when they become aware of us, even outside, she gives them that energy to chase us and then...
No. I think it's something completely different. Those creatures down there are the only ones that I've seen that don't just attack you brashly, or don't just stand still when they're not doing anything else. They have some sort of will about them.
What are they doing?
I don't
Shit.
know, but if they're
There's
controlled by that thing, then I don't know.
There's so many.
They could be doing something.
Even one of them almost wiped us all out.
It's not logical to attack it if we know that she can control that many of those other creatures, and there are too many of them for us to handle. We couldn't handle one, but...
Well, no, if it could control all of them, then it would, right? It's seeking some
It was
pathway.
It was able to do two, though.
Yeah.
Or do you think it just gives them a set of orders and then they carry it out?
Could be. I think what we saw was the changing of the guard. But what's really bothering me is why.
Why was she still here? Why is she still operating? What is she looking for?
What are those things doing?
Nasu's right, it's not logical to think about disposing of her now.
Well, don't pretend like we're going to do it later if we don't do it now. Nothing's going to change. We're not going to wake up tomorrow and things are going to be completely different.
I know. I want to do something, but
Why do you want to do something, Vivian?
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't see it.
That makes sense.
I mean, who's to say that she isn't also in as much agony as everyone else?
You don't think that thing's malicious?
I think it's turned into something malicious, but I think... I mean, you took care of what we saw yesterday. Those things might have attacked us if we went down there because that's all that they know how to do at this point. But it was a mercy to free them because they've been trapped here in this awful place for millennia.
Right?
If we stop her, we don't know, the rest of this place potentially becomes less dangerous. Now, the only unknown and the only thing that's keeping me back from doing it is not knowing how powerful she is and not having any way to protect us if she's able to send souls to those other creatures in the room.
That is a very logical frame of mind. Look, there's no use dwelling on it anymore right now. It's not going anywhere. Think about it, talk about it later.
It sounded horrific.
It was
It looked horrific.
not nice.
I think it birthed all of those creatures down there.
Ugliest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Is it like, it's like she or it was a soldier. Do you think it like swallowed it or something?
To be able to contain that many souls and use it and then have them return, it might be.
Maybe. Alright, well. Making me a little sick to keep talking about. Can we get moving?
In what direction was it?
Back up, right? There was a hallways. There was another set of stairs.
You guys are all up top already.
Oh, okay. It was just one set of stairs.
The
Okay.
the other halls. We went down the left one. There were still two others, correct?
Yeah, center one and a right one, off of the rotunda. So you walk down the narrow path, come back as you see the light pouring in, the moon-like light streaming in from the rotunda. You step foot on the gorgeous pine green and white depictions of elves swimming through, and the large pillars all around you that lead up to the web-like designs that block off the moon light source, with all the Aarolendei sculptures coming out of the wall just above you. You see from where you are to the left the hall that looks lit, and then directly in front of you, or a little bit to the left, another hall that looks completely pitch black.
Right.
I like light.
Are there any other tracks potentially? Those are the freshest. Is there another place they haven't went?
Yeah, I mean, I can look. Yeah, I don't. It was just that one way, but I like light.
What is it lit by? Is it firelight?
Looks like the same type of light that's above you,
Oh, the moonlight.
but I mean it's
Moonlight.
yeah, it looks like it's from a different source entirely, not from the rotunda up above.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright.
You walk into the furthest hall from the stairs. Peeking in, you see the scenery shift greatly. The walls, ground, and ceiling all made of the same crystal seen above you, though it looks to be wound extremely tight. You see a grand hall, 40 feet wide, as it explodes out from the archway, with ceilings 60 feet tall at least. The material shimmers like diamonds, though it looks strange, like looking at silk through a powerful magnifying glass. Hundreds of strands of crystal web wound to create the space all around you. You see pillars stretching to the ceiling on either side. They look to have been woven, not cut, partially see-through and gorgeous. Above you, you see a similar sight to the ceiling of the rotunda, a mess of crystal webbing that allows for a strange moon-like light to shine down into the space. Though in this space, the light reflects off every surface you can see, creating a slightly overwhelming and awe-inspiring experience. Under your feet, you see a well-kept rug of fine make, a light purple with platinum lining and red streaming designs running through it. This rug leads between all the pillars and to an extremely long stretch of stairs of the same material. At the top, you see a throne, a large throne that seems to grow from the floor. The sinews of its creation flow off of it like 1,000 strings gently wafting in the draftless air. the back comes to a gruesome point, and 8 gorgeously crafted crystal spikes curl and bend from its back, extending many feet from its boundaries. Behind the throne, you see a carved out swath of the strange material, and on either side you see 2 large statues carved into the crystal webbing, 2 fully armored Aarolendei women bowing, but not towards the throne, but to what appears behind the throne. Diagonally facing towards the back of the throne room, looking back behind the throne, you see a carving of a goddess. The goddess of torture herself,
Oh my goodness.
looming above the throne with a look of pleasure upon her face, each of her 8 eyes glowing in a fiery red from the rubies they appear to be made from.
Fucking spider.
This is so fucking cool. Come on.
I want to sit on it.
As you investigate the space, all of you find this. It appears, at first glance, to have not been touched. However, as you look more closely, you see large scratches that are difficult to see with the barrage of light above. It's difficult to make out what exactly made these, but they look as if it was great conflict within the throne room. Now that you see one, you see hundreds scratches within the strange woven crystal. As you stand within the room, you also begin to feel a bit nauseous and feel your feet begin to tingle upon the stone. At the back of the throne room, because of your guys' investigation checks, left of the throne itself, and at the base of the stairs, you see remnants of a crystal door. It looks to have exploded at some point, bits of it strewn across the room and within the hall that lays beyond it.
I want to pocket one of the chunks of crystal.
Pocket it. Seems heavy, but sturdy. Not as heavy as metal, but it's
Sure.
heavier than glass might be,
It's like
which
a
it
solid
resembles. And as you
quartzy
look at
kind of
it,
weight.
in like the place that it's hewn, that it broke off, you look at it closely, you do see thousands of little strings making up this crystal.
What?
You appear to be standing on crystal web.
Wow. I was gonna take some, now I'm not. That's crazy.
Yikes!
Huh?
This is all web around you, wound so tight that it looks like glass.
That is so fucking cool.
Oh, fuck.
That's so fucking
And that's the
cool.
strands leading off of the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, the drawer's so extra. I love
Wow.
it so much.
Spiders.
All right. Looking down the hall, uncovered by the destroyed door, you see the crystal web-like substance stretch along the wall like a growth, stretching about halfway down, around 10 feet, and then stopping, slowly turning into a well-laid stone brick hall with small bits of geometric design set upon each and every brick. The edge of the strange crystal is odd. It looks like branches stretching through the ground upon the stone and then turning into wispy strands of web that gently float in the air. At the end of the small hall, you see a wider carved out portion of stone and what appears to be a dead end in the shape of a sideways diamond shape. As you approach the dead end, you notice the top of the hall begins to be carved out as well. Looking up, you see an extremely long tunnel going upwards, carved perfectly out from the stone. You find a small, perfectly spherical button within the stone.
I'm oppressive.
As you press it runes upon the wall, previously unseen, light up with a flash. And you feel air push out from the dead end space, along with a sound coming from above, as if air is being
Lift.
pushed down.
Move back. I don't know if anyone's under it.
As you wait for whatever that button did to happen, you also begin to notice gouges upon this stone as well, many of them. Looking back at the dead end that you didn't go into fully, the floor dipping down a bit, you see flattened remnants of bones.
Flattened?
Remnants of them, what little you see that isn't powder, is deformed and twisted.
Something crushed
Probably the lift that's coming down. After about 2 minutes, you see an obsidian platform, lower, uniform with the floor, the symbol of Lolth etched upon it. After a short delay, the platform shifts, and you begin to rise within the tunnel upon the sigil of Lolth. As you see the stone fly in front of you, but seeing plenty more open space above, what do you want to do while you travel up the stone?
It takes time.
About 2 minutes or so.
Fuck.
Eventually, after around 2 minutes, the top of your heads breach a lip of stone as the lift slows greatly, causing you to look for support amidst your allies and the wall. You look out past an ornately carved archway and immediately see an incredibly large balcony bisected by groin-vaulted arches and 2 pillars that separated the 3 entrances, gently shrouded by thin veils that hang limply from the wall just above the archways at the end of a room. The underground breeze wafting it gently. Just before it, your eyes focus on, at what appears to be the center of the room, a 10-foot statue of Lolth. All 8 of her human limbs outstretched like a star as her head tilts back and her strange spider body leans partly down. In front of the statue, you see an indented area in the stone. It looks to be filled with water. Though you see at the end 2 large mithril spikes protruding from the water, evenly spaced apart near the base of the statue.
That's cool.
You step into the room. It drips in opulence. It's shaped like a wide oval and rimmed with pillars that protrude only halfway from the wall every 20 or so feet. The ceiling is etched in webs and geometry amidst the webbing designs, along with 4 separate chandeliers that dangle from the ceilings, from what most certainly are mithril chains.
Damn.
To the left, you see a massive 4-post bed draped in a fine silk that is reminiscent of thousands of spiderweb strands that flow in the wind. The posts stretch all the way to the surface of the 20-foot ceilings of the space. To the left of the bed, you see destroyed bits of what was once a small library. Petrified wood and charred stone littering the space it once was, along with the remains of multiple podiums and chairs upon a once fabulous area rug. Directly to your right, you see another space long destroyed, a very large multi-leveled desk that has been reduced to rubble, along with various other belongings. The stone still scorched and slightly burning behind it in an arcane flame. Beyond that, and to the right, you see a massive hearth, the mouth of which stretches about 7 feet up past the stone and comes out from the wall like a half-cylinder. The mouth looks to be covered by a large cross-hatched and mesh steel covering. Each square of the cross-hatching looks to be about 5 square feet in size. In front of the massive hearth, you see the still standing remains of a lounge area. Various armchairs, a long and rather large lounge chair, and a fine crystal table that appears to hover gently above the ground.
Oh.
Classy.
Stepping out into the balcony, you're greeted by a rather large space lined with a very finely crafted railing. Looking over the railing, you see on either side of you the stone pillar, the balcony stretching out from about 20 feet from the pillar itself and looming over the rest of the pillar city below. You stand many hundreds of feet over the city. The breeze caressing your face as you look down upon the ruins of the ancient city below, the pillar city curling down far below you, and the cavities stretching out for miles in every direction. Something you do also notice, however, to your right, is a circle of arcane runes carved into the stone upon the balcony itself, a bit off-center into the wall. It looks very old. You would know this as a teleportation
Yeah.
circle.
Wow.
You all find nothing.
Whoa.
It has been picked clean. The only thing that you find interesting is the statue, the large statue of Lolth at the center, and the pool of water in front of her. She appears to be doing this with all 8 of her human arms while looking up. Spider torso tilted slightly downwards. And the pool is about as big as a large bath, a large rectangular bath, and the 2 mithril spikes protrude out from the water.
Can I see any, like, potential use for the mithril spikes?
You don't know of any.
Well, I
Do they look like
want to
they're
be smart.
what's the word I'm looking for? Like, is it clean? Are the monster spikes like completely clean?
Anything that would have been on those spikes, thousands of years, that's gonna disintegrate into dust.
Are they sharp?
They look extremely sharp. And Mithril does not lose its edge.
Huh. Is Loth looking up at anything?
You look. She
Okay.
doesn't seem to be looking at anything in particular.
Can I look for signs of people having been in here recently?
You would have seen that with the investigation check. You see no
Okay.
remnants
Okay.
of anything.
All right.
Damn.
How clean is the water?
Impeccable.
Yeah.
Water
Um,
Get
skin.
some water, I guess.
Old ceremonial blood water.
Okay, so you put the water skin in, and you pick it up. Empty.
Eupheme, you got a
The
cup
water
in
did
that
not go in.
cooking set you got?
I have a cup.
Do you?
I have pots.
Yeah, try it.
Okay,
So
so
I
you
take like a sauce pot.
yeah you put it in the water in. You lift it out. It loses level with the pool.
Like it just phases through the.
Mm-hmm.
That's very weird. Is it dry?
Yes.
Oh, that's super weird.
I lean down in and I like try to.
Yeah, so you it drips on you as you pull away off your body.
I try to like lap up some water out of the pool.
Ugh.
And as you pull away, it
Whoa!
out.
I've already impaled myself once. I don't really have an interest in doing it a second time.
Is that what you think this is for?
Might be.
Yeah, it seems like an offering pool, right? No?
Offering what?
I don't know, whatever you offer to Loth.
I'm not very religious, but I mean, it seems like a perfect.
Yeah, I think is the scientific term.
The body. Perhaps.
Do you think you would be able to talk to her?
You rolled a dirty 20.
I
In the
also
pool?
rolled a dirty 20.
You see grooves in the stone, similar to the grooves you saw in front of the statues. In front of the temple itself, looks like knees wore the stone down beneath the water.
Wow. These people were very zealous.
Yeah, downright cultish.
Is it a cult if it's an actual god? I don't know.
To answer your question, no, I've never tried to talk to her beyond. After Dagamaris died, I did try once, but she didn't respond to me. I'm
Well,
not her chosen champion, so
you feeling zealous, Eupheme?
No.
Okay. Well, another dead end.
path to the right then, I suppose.
Could you guys give me a moment?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
I'll step out onto the balcony.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow Vivian.
I would like to close my eyes,
Okay.
put my hands like around the spikes, so the thumbs
Okay.
are like on the tips, and I want to quickly like slide my finger across it so it cuts my thumbs
Okay.
and say, I'm gonna say, really quickly. I know that you're a terrifying, all-powerful goddess. But if you really intended for all this to happen, I want you to know that I hate you with every fiber of my being.
The flow of the water continues. The blood reappears, but frozen like a rock. The eyes of the statue light up, and the head tilts down to look at the pond. And as it does so, the blood separates from the water, swirling around you for a moment. Swirling up and into all 8 of the rubies that are her eyes atop her malformed head. As soon as the blood absorbs fully into the rubies fashioned into the statue, it shifts, Lolth's legs twitching, and her humanoid arms cracking.
What the fuck?
You watch as the 10-foot statue of the abomination skitters off the platform, which it sat upon behind towards the balcony before whipping around again. The eyes of the monstrous statue burn bright as it looks down at the center of the room before it skitters with loud taps across the stone floor and stopping just before the podium. All 8 of her humanoid arms twist upwards and begin to sweep in and out with loose fingers before making one last final swish up movement. As the statue does this, you see a perfectly straight line split down the podium and glow a deep crimson red. Then you watch as tens of horizontal lines emanate from this single vertical one, also glowing a crimson red. You watch as each half of the podium lengthwise begins to slide off from the center in small layers, and the stone begins to curl like paper. The podium morphs and shapes into the form of a small and stout tree of stone, glowing red at its edges before splitting entirely at its center and sliding upon the stone, revealing a spiral staircase that descends into the floor.
The statue is returned to its normal place,
No.
No.
Still looms over the spiral
Damn.
staircase.
leading down.
Mhm.
I don't like it.
Is it dark down there? Oh my god.
I'll lead in, and I like walk up to like the like top step, like the threshold of the staircase, and I would like look up at the statue. Does it move at all?
No?
No. Okay. And I'll just start walking down.
Okay.
I'm following.
So the statue of Lolth looms above the entrance. Her arms, her extra 6 arms curled around her torso, and her 2 front hands now clasped in front of her as she looks down to the entrance. You walk down the dark and old winding stairs that lead below the matron mother's chambers, seeing nothing upon the stone, not a single speck of dust. Not but one gouging in its carving. These have been kept secret for an extremely long time. After about 45 seconds of walking down the steps, you exit into a small room made of the same tightly wound crystal webbing as before. The edges of the room rounded out and smooth as glass, with the tiniest of ridges where the woven threads are bundled together. At the center of the room, you see a tall podium swirling liquid silver. You also see what appears to be a spiraled golden rod with a handle of solid silver in the shape of a gnarled tree upon an exquisitely carved elm end table, and sitting in a velvet-lined case also made of gold and black painted metal. It looks really strange, like an odd and oversized opulent corkscrew. What's also odd is that you haven't seen any elm for quite some time.
Can I go over to the podium and pick up the silver orb?
So as you pick it up, 8 small black eyes emerge.
Ah!
from the wall. and coalesce at your fingertips as your eyes roll back in your head. You see something. A larger room, an exquisitely made bay window just in front of a king-sized bed, made from finely crafted crystal and built out amidst ashy white stone. At the end of the bed is a large chest, and all around the room are tall bookshelves with various ladders stretching to the upper reaches. You see a puckered out space with a few very fine wooden tables laid out on a nice area rug. The tables are littered with books near the tall bookshelves, and you see some of the books floating off the table gradually and putting themselves back in the shelves. On the other side of the room, you see a stone podium, rather bland, but atop it, you see a book. It hovers slightly above the stone, and with your true sight, you see immense arcane power emanating from it. All around the podium, you see mirrors facing towards it, reflecting it from multiple directions. Amidst the bay window, you see a mannequin holding nothing at this time, though it does draw your gaze to the area rug. You notice now the coloration of it, a deep cerulean blue, as well as the design upon it, the sigil of Tristfall,
Yep, I knew
a
that.
blue
I knew
dragon's
that. Fucking knew.
profile.
Fucking knew.
Superimposed on to a large golden oak leaf, the dragon is seen breathing lightning downwards with its neck arched in a regal pose. The eyes are ruby red.
Are you in Glaucon's fucking room?
I know the sigil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sigil of Tristfall.
Yeah.
And that's what you see. And as you see it, you release the ball.
Yo!
Falls down.
Oh my god. I think so. He had true sight. He doesn't have true sight. Guess who has true sight?
Whoa. Did y'all see that?
No?
Dragons don't have true sight.
What? Who the
So-
fuck? Who the fuck has true sight? In Tristfall.
There was I was in a
Oh shit.
I was in a
I have theories.
I wanna hear them!
I was in
We'll
a
talk about it.
I was in a room. There was I don't know, it was big, looked regal, bookshelves, books like putting themselves back, and there's this rug. That had the sigil of Tristfall on it. And then there was like this book that had. Did I recognize the runes on it? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
You just said it seemed significant because it was like floating and it had
You
glowing
also,
runes on it.
you saw extreme arcane power emanating from it.
Oh, arcane power. Okay. Yeah.
This is gonna be a long shot, but given my backstory and my mother's like job, would I understand what this thing is, that ball is, or have any inclination of something that could have that power?
Make an Arcana check.
Nice. Just give me the check. Put it in my hands. That's a 22.
This is reminiscent of a seer stone.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck is a seer stone?
I don't know. Y'all can.
Did you want to cast Identify on it?
Yes, please. I would like to do that.
Cast it on the corkscrew and not the ball.
You touched the ball? I wanted to see the corkscrew. You said it was
So
magic.
you
It
cast
looked fancy.
Identify. It is an
Fancy, fancy.
Aarolendei seer stone. It allows you to scry and have true sight while you're doing it.
Oh.
And this was the last area that they were scrying upon.
But you can change the area.
If you're attuned to it, yes.
Nasu.
What is it?
It's an Aarolendei seer stone. You can scry.
Like First Service does,
Yes.
right? Okay. You can pick it up.
Just pick it up, and then again, the eyes to each of your fingers, and you see what he did. You don't think this is a king's room.
No, sorry, I was
I
excited.
know
Hmm.
what it is.
This looks like a mage's
Yeah.
quarters.
Yep.
No, for sure, for sure, for
And
sure.
that looks like an extremely powerful mage's
No, of course.
spell book.
Yes. As soon as you said the books, I was like, it's fucking Vesuvius.
Oh, you think it's preserved?
Could
It's
be.
Vesuvius.
Could be.
There was no one in the room. You do not know.
Wait, but why would this be the last place they were scrying with? Oh shit! Boy, oh shit! Boy, oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, I wanted to be him so bad. I wanted to be him so bad. I wanted to be in on it so much. He's so suspicious. We can scry back on Vesuvius. He can scry on us, and then we can be like, "What are you doing?" Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm calm. I gotta sleep with it, do it, right? I gotta give it lots of
But you
kisses.
do have it in your inventory. Aarolendei, Seerstone.
Well, let's at least get out of here. I have this weird feeling that this is going to be my tomb if I don't leave.
Fair enough.
You leave. Okay. As you leave, the podium closes and the statue calmly onto the podium, her arms once more, and looks up.
I thought I was gonna fucking die.
We go down the. Is there another button?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys going down to the right hall now.
Yeah,
Through the
correct.
front.
Yes.
Right. Head back to the rotunda. You look down the rightmost hall, looking out from the stairs. You guys stepping in?
Travel.
So is this one dark?
Is it pitch black dark?
Okay. So,
Put my hand on Vivian's shoulder.
all right, I'll be.
You step into the pitch black hall branching off to the right of the rotunda. You enter into a thin yet extremely tall hall that looks to curve to the left as it continues down.
Eventually.
You reach the end of the hall. The toppled remains of two massive sides of a door lay crumbled in on themselves between the massive archway that spans 20 feet up the stone. The archway appears to have two Aarolendei gripping the archway's sides and ripping it open, much like the hole at the top of the entryway to the city. The archway is strange and asymmetrical in its design. Above it reads in black speech, Grand Library of the Matron Mother, Aladris Linmuras.
Ooh, we have a name.
So you walk in.
let's walk in.
And are immediately confronted by a long stair that stretches up about 15 feet to another smaller archway. You enter in through this archway and are confronted yet again by stairs. However, these are short, and you see upon small pathways just above you on either side of the stairs, large square scroll shelves. Ahead of you, you see a massive circular area, much like the entrance, though this one, you see, is lined like a filter with stone shelves 15 feet high. You walk into the center of this circular area, surrounded by rows of shelves that spread out from this position. Below you, in the marble, is a scuffed sigil of Lolth. Above you, as you look up, you see a dome held aloft by more Aarolendei women. And in between them are sculptures of windows with incredibly detailed depictions of clouds and trees outside.
Oh.
The dome is just the size of the circular area below, with a circumference of about 300 feet. The dome's base starts where the ceilings end, about 30 feet off the ground, where the aisles upon the scrolls, where the aisles upon aisles of scrolls once rested. Opposite of the stairs, you see another doorway, this one made of stone and jeweled extensively, though it appears to have collapsed, much like the general's quarters. Though this one looks to have been very purposefully shut off. The stone appears to be melded to each other. Above the doorway it reads, Lost Sage's Sanctum of the Aarolendei. Looking in, you can barely make out the light of flame through tiny cracks that peer all the way in through the many feet of boulders. As you push against into the stone to see, your eyes begin to ache and a migraine begins to set in as you see a raging fire of arcane flames within, permanently set ablaze whatever is within this hall.
Wow.
I'm
That has to
pissed.
be some really, really strong magic, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is flames that have lasted for thousands of years.
Why do these people keep blocking me?
You want to make an investigation
Yes.
in the slide.
Can I
guidance.
first, if there's any tracks or any hairs of
Survival check.
people recently?
Sure. So you.
Thank God.
There is one of the aisles, one of the many shelves that line this area has collapsed. And as you try and move one of the bits of stone that is uniform to the floor, crumpled in, as you move it, you see a book, a scroll underneath it, preserved by the stone.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Hey guys, I found something.
20 minutes later.
That can't be right.
I knew someone.
There can't be souls that Morm doesn't, that he misses. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's how transmutation
fragmented.
works. Yeah.
How is he supposed to return a fragmented soul?
He's a fucking god thing. He knows. He
But
can just do it.
if it's contained somewhere, then there's nothing. He can't restore it to
If
its
it's
whole
stolen,
form.
if it's stolen,
It's
sure.
not bound by anything else like that.
It has to be taken.
And also you would know that specifically doppelgangers shove their faces.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they morphed.
Mm.
You can discern the rest.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that maybe the creatures are doppelgangers who cannot take the soul and make it their own. They just consume it. They modify the doppelganger to steal the soul but not to consume it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I was right.
Mm. You know
I've
about
seen
this
the
sword?
sword in Kretala.
Oh, so the sword is in Kretala.
I
Wait.
went to
After.
the- I've seen it.
What do you mean you've seen it? Did you know what it was?
Have you seen a doppelganger?
No. I've
think-
never seen a doppelganger. I've never seen. I was around there too, and I hadn't seen anything like that.
How would you know?
The Hyles, I mean, I suppose, but if I saw some sludgy thing, I think I would know.
Wait a minute. Who had the sword?
It was a group of humans called Humanity's Call. They worshipped Balanzar.
Okay, right. Yeah, you told me about them
They
before.
had the sword.
They had the sword.
They were, was it waiting for someone who could wield it or something like that?
They also didn't have all parts of it. It was broken.
It was shattered.
And you guys returned the leather handle guard.
Yes, we did.
That was what was in the vault that he
Yes.
specifically asked you to get.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right.
So
Well-
they didn't even come up with this.
Found it.
They stole this idea from
The humans.
humans.
From whoever gave them the sword.
Well, they said that they didn't know where doppelgangers come from, though.
It comes from
They
the
just-
sword. It's a.
Found them. Wait,
it
what?
appears around the sword. They
Right.
appear around the sword.
Right. There's like drawn in the sword.
Some of them, doppelgangers, were appearing in mass near it, but not
Not
the
100%
only
of the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not. Doppelgangers exist other places. It's just that it was an anomaly that there was more near the sword.
Well, another dead end. This is it. Vivian, you're gonna have to send it, Hector. See if you can tell us how to get through that wall.
Going to cast sending
Okay. Hector Dollhouse?
to Bilphus.
Bilphus. Okay.
How do we get through the stone wall behind the desk? We're here. We've looked everywhere. We don't know what to do. Help me save you.
You get no response.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. I'll send to Hector.
Okay.
How do we get through the stone wall behind the desk? We're close. We don't know what to do.
You get no response.
I use a pearl of power to regain the spell slot.
Okay.
Third level. Nothing.
Fantastic.
If that would have worked, there would be no reason to look for him.
Yes. What could he have gotten? Where could he have gone that we didn't go? If there's a key, he might have taken it in there with him.
We didn't find
Find
anything
any
that
other entrance.
didn't find anything that looked like a switch. Can't blast through the door or the wall with
Could it be
all
in
of them.
another temple?
There's the one that we did not check on that far left side.
You checked that one. It was almost identical.
Oh, to the other prayer temple? Okay. Alright. Never mind. I mean, the only other thing we haven't checked was the other town on the other side of this temple, but that was. I highly doubt we're gonna find anything here. This. All signs point to this.
All signs point to what?
This temple, like,
Yes.
yeah. Somewhere in here.
So what do we do?
Don't look at me.
There's only. I mean, unless we missed it, or it's in that room. I don't know what else to do.
I'd love to kill that gurgling creature that's controlling all those monsters.
Uh-huh. Today.
If you want a smaller, potentially, order, we can try and go up against that hammer creature again. That's the only room we haven't explored in this entire place. It'd be best.
What if we attempted? Okay. Okay. I'd rather
It'd
not.
be better to get the jump on it.
I'd rather not go in guns blazing like that, especially when there's 6 more of them things.
The
if
last
we're able
time
to
there
s-
were 6 more of them, we didn't know that. They didn't come after us. It was just the one.
That was interesting, yeah. It was just the one.
I still don't appreciate the risk. I mean, don't you guys think it's better if we're able to sneak around and still investigate and not provoke it?
Well, what I want is different than what you all want.
You want to live.
Of course I want to live.
You want
I
to
wanna-
free the souls.
I want to help as many as I can.
So you want those things dead regardless?
I'd like for them to be dead, yes. I'd like for them to be free.
I don't understand if we don't have any other path to go other than the things that we have left alive.
Are you at full capacity to fight it?
I I could use a rest, a quick one. But other than that, I'm much more prepared than I was last time. If we can just try and keep our distance
I don't get it, Vivian.
hard
Not-
and fast.
I don't get it, Vivian.
What?
You were vehement about not wandering down the halls, not exploring because of something could
After I
take care
didn't
of
have
us.
enough energy to take on.
And now we know that there are 7 of those motherfuckers
They
down
didn't
there.
come at us when we fought it the first time.
You didn't know that. Now you know that. Now you know more, and yet you still want to
Now
jump
I've
into that
exhausted
fire.
many of my other options.
We could turn around, go back up.
And leave?
That's on Vivian.
I can't do that. We came this far. If you want to, you can.
Yes, yes.
What are you guys doing?
I don't mind a short rest.
You guys taking a short rest in the library?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. So you guys sit down.
Are there any chairs?
No. You can make one.
So, an hour passes, you gain a short rest.
I use
It is
arcane
now 5
recovery.
a.m.
I use my arcane recovery
You guys
to
are
recover
feeling all sorts of strange.
a third and a first level spell slot.
Okay, you guys heading down?
Hold on. Stealthy.
Stealth checks from all of you then.
30, 20.
18.
13.
Good. So you guys go down the diagonal left hall.
Yeah.
You still see the creature. As the stone erupts from the wall, you see it pick up the stone, shove it into its abdomen, and begin chewing.
Does it seem? How much progress does it look like it's made?
Pretty good progress. I mean, it hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
For at least like a day, at
Yeah.
least. It's gotten about 30 feet in,
Where is it going? It's just.
into the stone.
All right.
So stealthily investigate then?
Investigate them. Investigation check.
Thank God.
What'd you roll, Vivian?
Dirty 20.
19.
What'd you roll?
5.
Okay. You find nothing. Looks like it's all been burned or taken. So you guys leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the other one against the stone, again crouched now and dragging the massive hammer behind it. It looks directly at both of you.
And it just keeps going.
Keeps going. You guys go back up.
Yeah.
You walk past the creature
Yeah.
as it slumps through and goes down the diagonal right hallway.
Mm.
Okay, you guys go up.
Yep.
Eventually, make it up
Up
top.
these stairs.
These things baffle me. I can count on you both not to let me die down there, right?
Yes.
Nasu.
Yep. Humbly apologize for my deception. We come up with a plan to kill Matron Mother. We rest. You scry on Hector. Figure out what to do with that information. If all else fails, we'll execute the plan.
I can agree to that.
pretty convicted about it. So
So you guys are going down?
Not yet, no.
no,
We just
we're
said we're gonna make a plan.
we're staying up here
first.
making a plan.
More moments later.
There's a very good chance we die doing this. I think I want to ask my question before this happens.
Okay.
I think I want to do it after we scry on Hector.
Okay.
Can you guys help me decide?
What question? I suppose it's a matter of how to remove it.
What do you want?
I mean, I have a few things in mind. One would be, how to save Hector, but I think I want some answers about myself first.
That's fair.
Another would be, what is the nature of my curse and the goddess who afflicted my lineage?
He doesn't know that.
Huh?
Didn't we talk about that? He doesn't know that, so you can't ask that.
Is that what Ivar said?
The
Wait, is that what Ivar said?
Is
Ivor
not
said
through
that
Ivar.
he didn't want to tell you.
Ivor
He
didn't
knows-
want to tell me.
He knows who it is. He doesn't know how to affect it.
But he didn't say anything about the Vizier not being able to tell me.
It's his power. If he doesn't know it, he can't do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll sleep on it, and I'll decide after we scry on Hector. Okay. Do y'all feel comfortable about the plan? Is that fear?
I'm just fucked to fight this thing.
I am ready.
Are you guys going to sleep?
I'll virtual cast Lehman's Tiny Hut. I will say before I go to bed though, I do want to cast one spell.
What spell?
Sending.
To
Archmage for Servius.
Okay, sure. What do you think?
Oh shit.
Nice bed sheets.
Got him.
Sorry.
You're casting this at like 6 a.m.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck you for Servius. I'm about to die. Fuck you.
Okay, sounds good.
We're fighting a matron mother tomorrow. Might die. Can't send to Hector. Just thought I'd let you know.
It is so late. Or early, I suppose. Odd thing to say. Matron mother alive? If you die, just punishment.
It's not very sexy of you for Servius.
Okay.
I will use my final 3rd level spell slot before I go to bed.
To send, okay.
To Hector.
To Hector Dollhouse, okay.
If I die tomorrow, I'm sorry that I couldn't save you.
Okay. No reply.
Just had to be said.
Okay. You guys take a long rest. What is that? Oh,
He's crying.
you just grab onto it.
Oh,
The 8
okay.
eyes come in. What are you trying to do? You want to
Looking
go
for
to the
Hector.
last place
No,
that
I'm
you
looking
saw?
for Hector.
I will say, you don't know where that place is that you.
I thought I can fix it to a person.
You can. However, You will lose what room that you saw because you do not know whose room that is.
I'll go in the room.
No. It's already too late.
Well, I
You said
didn't
to
know
Hector.
that.
Tough titties.
No, whatever. I'll look in for Servius's room. That's all I care about. I know for Servius, I'll be like,
Don't get weird about it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, okay. So, Hector. He succeeds.
He succeeds.
You are unable to scry upon Hector Dollhouse.
I'm gonna scry for Servius.
Well, he just gets +0 because you're not so familiar with him.
I saw his room.
I saw them.
I saw where he sleeps at night.
Okay. You scry upon Archmage Baldric for Servius.
Dweeb.
So, you scry upon the Archmage. You see him. He appears to be sitting at a large table. You see his same robes, regalia, the band wrapped around his neck and flowing, the deep cerulean blue gilded on the sides, his short kinked hair. Next to him, you see a woman. A woman that looks similar to him, an Archmage by the looks of it. Same regalia as Archmage for Servius. Her hair is long, but also kinky and thick. To the left of him looks to be a man. Old, bald on top, but you have true sight. You do not see the man's face. He appears to exude an enormous amount of necromantic energy.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
His face looks decrepit and undead. Because you see through his disguise. However, you are not
What's he wearing?
the same robes as
Oh
my
shit!
God.
Christ! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh my fucking
Holy
God.
shit!
However, liches do have true sight.
Oh shit! He's a
And they-
bitch! Oh my god, you guys are freaking out!
And he leans over to Servius. Servius. Are you sure?
I'm in trouble.
I am sorry. My queen, we must leave for now, as I believe we have unwanted visitors. Hilda, please follow me. I would deal with this. I'm sorry. And he leaves. The scribe follows him, and you lose sight. However, you do see, just past the vision that you saw, Vidar also sitting at the table. And then he keeps walking past.
Oh my god!
This is
Holy
so
shit.
much lore.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Namek, we weren't crazy! We weren't fucking crazy! Oh my god!
Can I say?
Wow. Can you? I don't think I entirely understand the gravity of what happened. What?
You then
Okay,
see
alright, tell me
as
this.
he casts a spell, his eyes looks at you, and he will try to counterspell or dispel
Dispel
magic. Natural 20. You shoot at it. You have no idea which mage that was, but you are now aware that there is a disguised lich.
Oh my
among
gosh.
The Dragon's Council.
Wow. Okay. One thing.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry you weren't able to scry on Hector.
It's fine. It's,
One thing Alvar did tell me.
I rolled.
my questions can be self-serving for my own purpose, but they could also help me lead to a bigger goal. I've already said that I could ask how to kill Glaucon.
Is that something you want to do?
I don't much like him, and I know many other people don't either. Seems like he causes everybody a whole lot of stress. But I don't know if y'all think that's a good idea or not. And even if we, that information probably seems a bit useless if we don't make it out of here.
Also, I don't really know how much I'm on the. My next step will be to kill Glaucon. It would help someone, I'm sure.
I
You
feel like
could
it helped
very well-
many.
I can name some people it would help,
Yeah.
but.
I don't know. I guess I'm just spitballing.
I already cast it.
Okay.
Hey, Eupheme.
Yes.
I think I'm about to get that answer I'm afraid of. So it's gonna be your turn next.
We'll see if you go through with it.
Alright.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Oh no!
We're not fighting?
No, it's midnight. It's already been going for 5 hours and 50 minutes.
Boss fight will take like an hour and a half.
Exactly.
Kill that thing. I'm gonna fucking. Oh, we're still online.
Yeah. We will see you next week, Saturday. Maybe earlier, maybe at 5:30.